When I started as a social media marketer in 2009, I had no master plan. I had made the risky decision 2 years earlier to drop out of college. And I just knew I loved creating content about how to leverage social media. Today, I'm the author of 3 books, a global speaker, and an award-winning content creator, focusing on motivational productivity and business. My business generates about $18,000 a month in passive income, based on my calculations from a recent month's deposits. In addition, I coach clients on building profitable personal brands and business models. I do all that working just 4 hours a day. My work looks completely different than it did 15 years ago, and that's okay. You don't have to have the perfect idea to get started. In fact, the biggest mistake I see my coaching clients make is waiting for one and letting perfectionism and fear hold them back. Here's what I've learned and shared with my clients about breaking through hesitation, perfectionism, and fear to build a thriving business and sustainable passive income. When my coaching clients tell me they're waiting for the right time or holding off until their idea is perfect, I know what they're really saying. They're scared to start. I get it. But here's the truth. Perfectionism is just procrastination wearing a fancy suit. It makes us feel productive because we're preparing. We're actually just putting off the real work. One of my most successful clients had been planning to start a YouTube channel for 2 years before working with me. Once she realized perfectionism was just fear in disguise, she filmed her first video using her phone in her living room. That imperfect video led to her first 100 subscribers, and she now has a thriving YouTube channel with an audience of potential customers. Success is only possible through failure and imperfection. Every embarrassing moment I've had, whether it was making grammar mistakes or missing big business milestones, taught me so much that ultimately made my business better. My first YouTube video about social media marketing was badly lit, awkwardly scripted, and shot with a bed in the background. Each one got a little better than the last and ultimately led to my first course and passive income. If I had waited until I had professional equipment and the perfect filming set, I might never have made any passive income at all. I still have to overcome perfectionism. I made a more recent video when my daughter was sick. I had barely slept, and I didn't even have a place to film in our new house yet. I shot the video anyway, but almost didn't post it because I thought I looked tired, and the energy wasn't right. I'm glad I did it anyway, because that imperfect video has generated over $7,000 in passive income through ad revenue and sponsorship. Remember that people who might be judging missteps or imperfections from the sidelines aren't the ones taking risks. You can't let their opinions from the cheap seats dictate how you feel about your work. My 3 favorite strategies to overcome perfectionism. Here's what works for me. Set learning goals instead of performance goals. When I started my YouTube channel, my goal wasn't to get 1 million subscribers. It was to learn how to communicate effectively on camera. This mindset shift takes the pressure off each piece of content and turns failures into valuable learning experiences. By making my objective something I could control, all I had to do was get my reps in, and soon enough, I was a master communicator. Use the 24-hour rule. Give yourself 24 hours to complete and publish a project, or a similarly reasonable timetable depending on the size of the task. This prevents endless tweaking and forces you to focus on progress over perfection. I used this strategy to write my first book, Vlog Like a Boss. By challenging myself to write a little bit every day, I got the entire manuscript out of my head in less than a month. It has sold roughly 20,000 copies across ebook, paperback, hardcover, and audio versions. Start before you're ready and iterate. Launch your product or service when it feels 80% perfect. My signature paper product, the Good Morning, Good Life 12-month planner, wasn't perfect when we first launched it. But by listening to our customers, it gets better every time we roll out an update. Turn imperfection into an advantage. Every stumble in my journey has become a teaching tool. When I tell these failure stories about bombing an early speaking engagement or launching a product that barely sold, something powerful happens. People share their own experiences, creating genuine connections. Your audience will trust you more for talking authentically about your challenges. Remember, your first attempt won't be your best attempt, but with each one, you will get better. The path to generating passive income isn't about being perfect. It's about being persistent and willing to learn from every misstep along the way.